Welcome back to Pace Law Firm, pacelawfirm.com. Joined once again by Pat DeLuisio, lawyer at Pace Law Firm. Today we're going to talk about distracted driving, especially as it relates to texting while driving or fiddling with your cell phone. Pat, what are some of your thoughts on the issue?
Well, it's definitely a hot topic. You see it more and more in the news. You see political figures getting caught distracted while driving. I think we've all experienced drivers that are distracted. There are stats out there that say 30 to 50% of accidents now are caused by distracted drivers.
Really? Wow.
And that's only the reported cases. So I'm sure that the numbers could be higher. And they've responded by creating new laws that target distracted drivers. Section 78 of the Highway Traffic Act in particular deals with distracted driving. And it's definitely become a problem in our society.
Right. Now, when it comes to civil matters, because you take care of personal injury cases, are there any special considerations that you have to take into account if someone is charged, say, with distracted driving? Does that affect the way you're going to handle a personal injury case or what?
It certainly does. Someone who's pursuing a civil case for personal injury is going to want to establish liability on the opposing party, the party that caused the accident. So someone charged and convicted with distracted driving would certainly go a long way in proving that liability. They're obviously distracted, therefore causing the accident. So it does apply to our case. It's often difficult for people to catch distracted drivers. Police use different tactics. And it's something that is still growing in the police force. It's a fairly new law, and therefore they haven't necessarily refined how they're going to catch all these distracted drivers.
Right.
But it is important when you're injured in an accident, if someone is distracted, that if that's established, it'll help in the case.
Yeah, I know we were talking about before we were on camera, we were talking about the UK, how over there it's almost treated like a drunk driving thing. If they can see that you were texting even a couple of minutes before the accident, they can surmise that you were distracted driving. That's not the way it quite works here yet, though, is it, in Ontario?
No, the UK has had these laws a little longer than our province and country has, and so they've refined the laws for their society, and they've done so over a longer period of time.
Right.
In Ontario, you're actually going to have to be caught as a distracted driver, either using a handheld device or some kind of media playing device in your hand, anything electronic, essentially. Some of the things that from speaking to police, some of the things that you hear is that they'll actually have police situated on streetcars looking into vehicles for people who might be using handheld devices. You may hear of them checking records if you're charged with distracted driving, checking your cell phone records to see if there are texts. However, we haven't quite got to the point where if you're caught using it a few minutes before, they'll surmise that you were using it at the time of the accident. They do have to catch you in the act.
Red-handed. Insurance stuff, I mean, does it hurt your insurance at all? Like, will the insurance company still pay the claim even though you were a distracted driver? How does it work if you were at fault?
It really depends on what your insurance policy reads. For the most part, my understanding is your policy will cover you, much like it will if you have other infractions on the Highway Traffic Act and cause an accident.
Okay.
A careless driver, for example, is still covered by insurance. So it shouldn't warrant your insurance company rescinding your insurance but you'd have to look at your policy to be sure.
Okay. Where do you think the laws are going to go? Just going to get stricter, I guess.
I think you'll see a more stricter approach. It's causing havoc on the streets, and I think they'll address it that way.
Nice. Okay. Thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you again really soon, okay?
Great.
There's Pat DeLuisio, lawyer at pacelawfirm.com. You can contact him at the stuff that you see at the bottom of the screen, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.